Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Mets versus Phillies Major League Baseball matchup on Tuesday, May 14th, 2024. If you like all the free picks we do at Pickdawgz, you'll love our premium picks, our best bets. Use the discount code PICK, take 15% off. We also have products meant for people who make bigger bets, people with big bankrolls, looking for that one-on-one VIP style service. We offer these products, they're just not available on the website. They're easy to get. All you have to do is text the number you see on the screen. So if you're betting $500, $1,000 plus per game, looking for one-on-one style service, make big bets like I do, text that number. But let's get to it. Mets taking on the Phillies. Of course, these two teams do not like each other at all. Phillies off to a ripping start, and the Mets, well, kind of hoping to hang around 500 for a while, see if they can maybe play their way into a wild card, or boy, if they can go ahead in a heater, jump into that National League East race where the Phillies are locked in it with the Atlanta Braves. The Phillies go with Aaron Nola on the bump for this game. Of course, they signed him to a monster free agent contract in the offseason. Of course, he's been on the Phillies, so it wasn't like they went to another team to acquire him. So they know what they're getting with Aaron Nola. This is a guy that generally is in the mid-4 ERA range. He comes in kind of in the 3s, but he also is in the 4s. It seems like it's every other year with him. But really, what we've seen from Nola in his last few starts is certainly a regression of his stats. And last time out against Toronto, he was pretty miserable in that one, allowing 9 hits and 4 runs, going 5 1/3 innings. Thing is about Nola is that, over the course of the season, he's walked 15 batters over a little less than 50 innings, 47 strikeouts, 7 home runs. So he is basically a very average pitcher is where he kind of falls into the mix. But he's regarded kind of in that next conversation. I think that's where it gets lost. I think of Aaron Nola as a solid number 3 type pitcher, but he's not like an elite pitcher in baseball by any stretch of the imagination. Jose Butto comes into this one for the Mets with a 3 ERA, allowing just 21 hits over 33 innings. His walks are a little to the high side at 17. He's allowed 3 bombs and struck out 34. He's pitched pretty well. Certainly an upside surprise for the Mets coming off of a nice outing against the Cardinals where he allowed just 3 runs. He's been somewhat hit and miss. His worst outing of the year, he allowed 4 runs against the Cardinals. So he's faced the Cardinals a couple of times. We look at, how this particular game versus the Phillies and Mets line up. The Phillies have dominated the Mets in recent meetings, winning 6 of the last 8. And the Phillies also playing well on the road, winning 8 of their last 10. But when we look at, Nola over his last 3 starts, his ERA goes from a 3.67 to a 4.58. And Butto, not any better, as his ERA balloons from a 3 for the regular season to a 4.32 in his last 3 starts. So both these guys headed in the wrong direction. And when you see how these two teams are hitting right-handed pitching, the Phillies 272 over their last 10 games versus a season average of 251, so headed in the right direction. And the Mets 252 versus a season average of 238. Once again, headed in the right direction, but it's the Phillies bullpen that's the outlier here. A 1.97 ERA over their last 10 games compared to a season ERA of 4.52, while the Mets 2.63, right in line though with their 2.79 season bullpen ERA. That's a lot of information there, a lot of statistics, but what I generally look for here is it's not advanced analytics and just looking at a chart and looking at the numbers. I kind of put my own analytics to it and say, man, who's playing better, who's not playing better, who seems to be on the rise, who seems to be on the decline, and then look at the line or determine the line, and then when the lines, are there, see where the value is. And that's pretty much how I do my handicapping. And in this particular game, it seems to me that the value is on the Mets because the disparity isn't really there between, any of the statistics that we're looking at, all the way down to the, to that bullpen ERA, which even though the Phillies are improving, the Mets were already there. I'm going to take the Mets in this one, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, be sure to use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com. 100% free, and they'll help put you on the most favorable bets on the board today.